Hi everyone, Thursday, it's true serum time. I'm sitting on the floor because I have a little puppy that won't leave my lap. So this must feel like what it's having kids. Not that I'm saying this is, similar, but she literally won't leave me alone. So anyway, today we are going to talk about a chemical or an ingredient that is in not just personal care products that I normally talk about, but it's in a lot of everyday items that we all come in contact with, that it's, not really disclosed a lot. I know I talk about parabens a lot. That's, kind of the big thing right now that companies are taking out of products, but this is something that's also in a lot that has very harmful effects on your body. So I'm talking about phthalates or phthalates. I'm not really sure how it's pronounced, but this is a class of plasticizing chemicals that are used to make products more pliable and or make fragrance stick to your skin. So this is what makes plastics flexible and movable. What they are is they are endocrine disruptors, which endocrine disruptors are chemicals that interfere with the normal functions of your hormones. They mimic or displace them. So if you think about, how many things your body does that involve hormones, and if they were interrupted and they wouldn't function properly, what could happen? So there's different ways that you can come into contact with these. You can ingest them, you can absorb them, or you can inhale them. So first of all, ingesting them. They're in food containers, plastic containers that you store your food in, plastic cups, baby bottles, baby formula. They're used a lot in fast food production, the packaging of fast food ingredients. There's a definite link to fast food consumption and phthalate exposure in a person's body. They are used in pesticides. So, foods that have pesticides sprayed on them, you're obviously ingesting that, you're exposing yourself to that. They are also used in tubes that are used to milk cows for to use milk and that. So obviously, that's touching that plastic tube, so that's going to be ingested in your body as well. Another area that they're found that would be more inhalation would be vinyl. So shower curtains, that like new shower curtain smell that you smell when you get, put one up in your bathroom, that's what that is. Flooring, wallpaper, car interiors, that new car smell, actually sit down. That is phthalates as well. And they're in virtually all PVC products as well. They're also in air fresheners and fragrances. So the word fragrance is an ingredient that's on tons of stuff. And fragrance is a super vague term that's used by the industry. It's kind of like a trade secret that if a manufacturer puts fragrance on a product, it's an umbrella that can be up to 3,000 different ingredients that, are chemicals. But because that manufacturer put fragrance on the product, they're okay and they don't have to disclose what's actually in that. So 75% of the ingredients in fragrance are endocrine disruptors or phthalates. So crazy. They're also found in personal care products. So nail polish, body care products, hairspray. So like hairspray, perfume, nail polish. This is all stuff that would be absorption. You're putting it on your body, you're absorbing it. So what do they do, you wonder? So they can cause abnormal sexual development. If a woman is pregnant with a male and the woman comes in contact with phthalates, that fetus in the womb is 2 to 3 times more likely to develop something called hypostasis. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but this is where in a male's penis, instead of the opening being in the tip, it's actually on the underside, which is like so crazy. So, and they can also cause mental, motor, developmental issues. They're associated with premature breast development, decreased sperm mobility. So guys, you know, if you guys aren't swimming, maybe you should look at what you're using and what you're in contact with. And they're also linked to waist circumference and insulin resistance in males. And more recently, they're associated with asthma and allergies. So, you know, lots of terrible things, but it's basically, the big ones are like abnormal sexual development, birth defects, that sort of thing. So even, you know, if you're pregnant and you're coming in contact with those, you know, that's obviously going right into the baby. So different ways that you can avoid these. Don't use plastic containers. Use glass containers whenever you can. Now that there's on the bottom of containers, or on, you know, like when you're drinking out of a water bottle or something, it will say BPA free. If it doesn't, you can use stainless steel, you can use glass. Those are going to be, you know, the more safer routes. You can also avoid plastics that are using the codes 3 and 7. Those are going to be ones that have more phthalates in them. And just avoiding plastic whenever possible. You know, choose bottles that are glass. Eat organically, because obviously organic products aren't, you know, touched with pesticides, so you're not even going to have to worry about it if you eat organic foods. And you can also filter your water. That will help decrease your exposure as well. But just to let everyone know, because I didn't know that when, you know, I was first looking at this. And this is an ingredient that's also on Beautycounter's Never list. So they have a list of over 1,500 ingredients, similar to the product or the ingredients that Europe bans. Europe is far more advanced than we are in that industry. And so these are questionable or harmful chemicals that Beautycounter does not put in any of their products, obviously because of the link to all these terrible things. So I just kind of, maybe I'm going to go through one and do one a week, different ingredients that, you know, are found in products or that you can come into contact with that, you know, are causing terrible, you know, health effects or adverse health effects. And nobody knows about it. I mean, how many people put nail polish on? Like literally all the time. And a lot of nail polishes that are chip resistant all have phthalates in them. So shellac, I mean, I love it too, but you know, if I can decrease my exposure to it, I might as well. But yeah, so sorry to rain on anyone's parade, but it's just in everything. It's really scary. So just wanted to share that with you, and hope everyone has a good weekend. I'll be back next week with some more scary info.